Welcome to another episode of This Is My Architecture. Today I'm joined by Ahmed from the New York Times. Hey Ahmed.
Hey Adrian, thanks for having me.
Now I read your newspaper, but tell us a little bit about what the New York Times does.
Our mission is simple. We seek the truth and help people understand the world through our independent journalism. Our engineering teams serve more than 9 million subscribers over different product offerings like games, cooking, and news.
And you've been really building a whole bunch of new digital experiences. Tell us about some of the challenges that you've had.
That's true. When we started with few AWS accounts to host all of our architecture and applications, and then we grew out of them. So we need better ways to govern all of these accounts and be able to scale to serve all our engineering teams.
Great. So I see you've got ControlTower here. Tell us a little bit about the environment that you've built for your developers.
Sure. So when we talk about ControlTower, is responsible for all of our accounts. We are talking from one account to multiple accounts here, and these accounts are separate from our centralized account, which we host our runtime and where engineering teams host their storage and other needs.
Right. So services are running in these accounts. Maybe you can describe what these accounts are for.
Sure. So these are the engineering team's account, which they host more of the needs for infrastructure from things like RDS, S3, and other things. But when we look here, this is our centralized runtime environment where we host our EKS Kubernetes clusters, and this is our networking account where our main centralized gateways.
Right. So tell us a little bit about some of the policies that you've applied in these individual accounts.
That's a very good question. So in ControlTower, we have a lot of policies that allow us to standardize and secure our AWS accounts. So example for this policy is you can't have public access for S3, but we also have different set of rules that applies to our runtime environment. So we have to connect through IAM, for example. So when you have a service deployed into one of the Kubernetes cluster here, through network policies, we only allow you to connect to a specific account, and we also allow you to connect to specific AWS IAM roles.
So this not only provides standardization, but also control as well, right?
That's correct. So through all of this, we can govern all of the accounts and make sure that we have everything trailed through CloudTrail and AWS config.
Great. So how do your developers get started?
So they start early in the process in the shared platform by vending the accounts for them, and then developers start to build their applications through CI/CD pipelines and push the image to ECR in their accounts. And then through the same CI/CD pipeline, they start to deploy to our Kubernetes clusters. And as you can tell here, this is our centralized runtime environment, and we go from here connecting through Transit Gateway back to the account, so they can connect back to all of the services that they need to use.
Right, so using Transit Gateway internally to route the traffic and access between compute and storage.
That's correct. So this is already vended originally from ControlTower or by an automated pipeline. So when we vend accounts, all of this are already connected together. So developers and engineers don't have to do anything because all of these accounts connected together, and we have all of the governance to watch over the networking happening between all different accounts.
So of course there's infrastructure as code, standardization, repeatable deployment is a big benefit. What are some of the other benefits that you've seen with this architecture?
So what we have seen with this architecture, standardization, that's the first thing that we are aiming for, but we also allow engineering team to focus on achieving their business goal and reduce their deployment time from days to minutes.
Fantastic. Ahmed, thanks for sharing your architecture with me.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for joining us on This Is My Architecture.